Dear brothers and sisters, have you ever wondered why life sometimes feels like a storm, shaking everything familiar, yet leaving behind a strange sense of calm? Imagine for a moment that these storms aren't here to destroy you, but to prepare you for something far greater. What if Allah is quietly crafting a new chapter in your life, one that aligns with your deepest prayers and hidden potential? Today, let's uncover the 7 signs that Allah is doing just that, preparing you for a new journey filled with blessings and purpose. Stay with me as we explore these extraordinary signs and discover the profound ways Allah communicates His plans to us. My dear brothers and sisters, think about those moments when you felt like giving up, when the weight of your struggles seemed unbearable, and you questioned whether Allah was listening to your prayers. You're not alone in feeling this way. Many of us carry the same doubts, wondering if our efforts and patience are in vain. But let me share something profound. Allah's wisdom is infinite, and He often works in ways we can't immediately comprehend. Imagine being denied something you desperately wanted, only to realize later that it would have brought harm to your life. Or consider the times you were forced to take a different path, one that led to opportunities you never expected. These are not coincidences. They are signs of Allah preparing you for a chapter that aligns perfectly with His plans for you. Stay with me, and let's uncover the beauty hidden in life's challenges together. Have you ever felt like life has been unusually tough lately? Perhaps your plans seem to fall apart, relationships shift unexpectedly, or doors that once felt open are now firmly shut. It's natural to feel lost during such times, questioning whether Allah hears your prayers or sees your struggles. But let me assure you, you're not alone in these feelings. We all go through moments when life feels uncertain, but these are the moments when Allah is closest to us. He tells us in the Quran, "And we are closer to Him than His jugular vein." Surah Qaf 50:16. Knowing this, we can trust that every challenge carries a deeper purpose. Today, we'll uncover those divine signs that indicate Allah's plan is unfolding in your life. Sign 1. Delayed answers to your prayers. Have you been making dua, waiting for an answer that seems delayed? This isn't a sign of rejection, it's a sign of preparation. Allah tells us in the Quran, "Perhaps you hate a thing, and it is good for you. And perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you. And Allah knows, while you know not." Surah Al-Baqarah 2216. Sometimes Allah withholds answers to align events in ways you cannot see. Think about Prophet Yusuf, AES, whose time in prison was not a setback, but a stepping stone to becoming a leader. Reflect on this. What if the delay in your life is Allah's way of orchestrating something greater for you? Actionable step. Continue making dua, knowing that every prayer is heard and answered, whether through immediate blessings, delayed outcomes, or protection from harm. Sign 2. Challenges that strengthen you. Life's toughest battles often come before the greatest victories. Prophet Musa, ALS, stood at the edge of the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army closing in behind him. From a human perspective, escape seemed impossible. But with unshakable faith, Musa, AIS, declared, "Indeed, my Lord is with me, He will guide me." Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26:62. And Allah parted the sea, paving a miraculous path to freedom. In your own life, challenges are often Allah's way of preparing you for resilience and growth. They refine your character and equip you for the blessings ahead. Actionable step. When faced with hardships, remind yourself of Allah's promise in Surah Ash-Shar. Indeed, with hardship comes ease, 94:6. Sign 3. A calmness in your heart. Have you ever felt an unexplainable calm during chaos, as though a gentle voice reassures you, everything will be okay? That tranquility is a sign of Allah's presence. He tells us in Surah Ar-Ra'd, "Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." 13:28. During the Battle of Badr, the Muslims were vastly outnumbered, yet Allah sent down sakina, tranquility, into their hearts. Similarly, Allah grants calmness to those who place their trust in Him, even in the midst of life's storms. Actionable step: engage in daily dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and salah to invite this divine tranquility into your life. Sign 4. New opportunities after setbacks. When one door closes, Allah often opens others in ways you never expected. Prophet Yunus, A.S., found himself swallowed by a whale, a situation that seemed utterly hopeless. But in that moment of darkness, he turned to Allah with the heartfelt dua. "There is no deity except you. Exalted are you. Indeed, I have been of the wrongdoers." Surah Al-Anbiya 21:87. Allah responded by delivering him to safety, granting him another chance. In your own life, setbacks may seem like the end, but they're often Allah's way of redirecting you to something better. Actionable step: reflect on closed doors in your life and consider how Allah might be opening new paths for you. Sign 5. People who guide and support you. Allah often sends guidance through people. Think about a time when a friend, mentor, or even a stranger said something that completely shifted your perspective. Was it truly a coincidence, or was it Allah's way of communicating with you? Prophet Yusuf, I.S., experienced this when the caravan found him in the well, and later when the king's dream paved the way for his rise to leadership. Similarly, Allah sends the right people into your life at the right time. Actionable step: be open to advice and support from those around you. Recognize that Allah may be using them as instruments of His guidance. Sign 6. Protection from harm. Have you ever narrowly avoided an accident or been delayed in a way that later proved to be a blessing? These moments are not random. They are signs of Allah's unseen protection. Surah Al-Anfal reminds us, "They plan and Allah plans. And Allah is the best of planners." 8:30. Consider how Allah protected the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Abu Bakr R.A. during their migration to Medina, even as their enemies closed in. A spider's web at the cave's entrance was enough to deter their pursuers, a small act with profound significance. Actionable step: make it a habit to recite morning and evening adhkar for protection, trusting that Allah watches over you in ways you cannot see. Sign 7. Persistent opportunities for goodness. Do you often encounter opportunities to help others, attend faith-based gatherings, or engage in acts of charity? These are not coincidences. They are Allah's way of drawing you closer to Him. Prophet Musa, A.E.S., experienced this when he helped 2 women at the well, leading to a new chapter in his life filled with purpose and stability. Similarly, every good deed you perform brings you closer to Allah and prepares you for greater blessings. Actionable step: embrace these opportunities with sincerity and gratitude, knowing that every small act of goodness is a step toward Allah's mercy. Uplifting. Conclusion and call to action. Dear brothers and sisters, the signs of Allah's preparation are all around you. Delayed answers, challenges, calmness, new opportunities, guiding people, unseen protection, and persistent chances for goodness. These signs are not just random occurrences. They are divine messages, reminding you that Allah is actively shaping your journey. Take a moment today to reflect on these signs in your life. Offer gratitude to Allah for His guidance and commit to acting on the opportunities He places before you. Remember, recognizing and responding to Allah's signs strengthens your faith and deepens your connection with Him. May Allah grant you clarity, patience, and unwavering trust as you embark on this new chapter of your life. Ameen. Dear brothers and sisters, we've all had moments where life feels heavy, where the struggles seem endless, and the path ahead looks uncertain. During such times, it's easy to question, why me? Why now? These thoughts are natural, but they don't define you. They are an invitation, a chance to connect with Allah on a deeper level and trust His wisdom. Imagine a potter shaping clay. The process requires pressing, molding, and even placing the clay in intense heat. To the clay, the experience might seem harsh, but the potter has a vision, a masterpiece in the making. Similarly, your challenges are Allah's way of molding you, preparing you for a life that aligns with your potential and purpose. Allah reminds us in the Quran, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:286. This verse isn't just a statement, it's a promise. Whatever you're going through, Allah knows you're strong enough to handle it, even if you doubt yourself. The pain you feel is not without purpose. It's a part of a divine plan to strengthen your faith and elevate your character. Let's look at a powerful example. When Prophet Yusuf, a.s., was betrayed by his brothers and thrown into a well, he must have felt abandoned and hopeless. But even in that dark, confined space, Allah's plan was at work. That moment of despair eventually led Yusuf, a.s., to rise as a leader in Egypt. His challenges were not setbacks, but setups for a greater purpose. In your own life, the moments of hardship you face may feel like walls, but they are actually bridges. Allah is guiding you, protecting you from what isn't meant for you, and aligning events in ways you cannot yet see. Practical reflection. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and remind yourself, Allah is with me, closer than my jugular vein. Engage in dua, even if it's as simple as saying, Ya Allah, guide me through this. Reflect on past struggles that you've overcome, proof that you're stronger than you think, and that Allah never abandoned you. Dear brothers and sisters, every trial is a hidden blessing, an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. Trust His wisdom, even when it feels hard to understand. As Allah says in the Quran, indeed, with hardship comes ease, Surah Ash-Shar 94:6. As we reflect on the signs that Allah is preparing you for a new chapter, let us focus on practical steps to align ourselves with His guidance and embrace the path ahead. These steps are simple but powerful tools to deepen your connection with Allah and prepare your heart for the blessings He is orchestrating. 1. Commit to daily dua. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, Dua is the essence of worship. Tirmidhi. Set aside a few moments every day to make heartfelt dua. Be specific in what you ask for and don't shy away from pouring your heart out. Trust that Allah hears every whisper, even those unspoken. 2. Practice gratitude. Allah promises in the Quran, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor. Surah Ibrahim 14:7. Begin or end your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. This habit will shift your perspective, helping you recognize Allah's blessings even in challenging times. 3. Engage in dhikr, remembrance of Allah. Make a habit of reciting, Subhanallah, glory be to Allah. Alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah. Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. These phrases are easy to incorporate into your routine and bring peace to your heart while keeping your focus on Allah. 4. Perform istikhara for guidance. If you feel unsure about the decisions ahead, turn to the prayer of istikhara. It is a direct way to seek Allah's guidance in choosing what is best for your dunya, worldly life, and akhirah, hereafter. 5. Surround yourself with positive influences. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage spiritual growth. A good companion is like a mirror, reflecting and enhancing your faith. 6. Take small, consistent steps. The Prophet, PBUH, said, "The most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if small." Bukhari. Start with manageable actions, reading a verse of the Quran daily, offering extra prayers, or helping someone in need. Over time, these small acts will transform your spiritual life. Dear brothers and sisters, these steps are not about perfection. They're about intention and consistency. Begin where you are and trust in Allah's mercy to guide you forward. Every effort you make, no matter how small, brings you closer to the new chapter Allah is preparing for you. Dear brothers and sisters, as we've journeyed through the signs that Allah is preparing you for a new chapter, remember this: every trial, every blessing, and every moment of reflection is part of Allah's greater